Hi everyone, this is EstaRa with a message for you today. It is Thursday, January 25th, 2018. I want to apologize for not coming online sooner and doing another video. I had a death in my family and I've been away. I'm back and I've been as soon as I came back, I felt like I went head forward into a whole bunch of stuff. So here is my message for this week. And I decided to do something I haven't done in a while, is pull some cards. I'd rather just use my intuition and allow the energy to flow through me. So in case you're wondering why I don't always do cards, I don't need them. I don't feel like I need them, but I feel like today I'd like to pull some because I've been trying to pull a card every morning, just asking Spirit, what do I need to share with humanity today? What's going to benefit all of us? And so I've been posting that on my Facebook page. So if you're on there, you'll see that. And it's after I do this beautiful meditation every morning. I make sure I take care of me, though. My priority is me. And so if you can bear with me over the last few weeks with lots of changes happening within my body, within life itself. So I'm moving. Hang on one second. Got to get my back kind of comfortable. So yes, this is the messy child hair that I have. I'm working through the Inner Child Project right now, and I'm so excited about it. Lots of stuff is kicking up, and so when I looked in the mirror this morning, I said, "Oh gosh, it's like curly but messy," and that's my hairdo for today. I'm hitting all points with the inner child stuff. So let's see what is happening with twin flames, and let's talk about that a little bit. So I want to tell you that there's a lot happening in the ethers, a lot of stuff that we as beautiful beings of light haven't really been dealing with and talking about necessarily. A lot of stuff is under the surface. It's just kind of bubbling up and it's beginning to come there. And a lot of people have been kind of holding back. We went through the holidays where people tend to repress things so they can just function with their families and make it through. And I understand that. I've been in situations like that many times. And I feel like a lot is happening. So my guides often tell me that just because I'm not seeing it doesn't mean it's not happening. And just because I'm not hearing from him doesn't mean he's not shifting and changing. And that is amazing because they're absolutely right. Because when I do speak to him, I feel every time I talk to my beloved, things have changed. And what I mean by that, they're progressing. He's progressing. Not necessarily at the pace that I would love, but he is progressing and he hasn't gone backwards, which is very interesting. Yes, some of his old patterns are there. And yes, some of the old behaviors might stay there. Excuse me. I feel like I'm getting lots of energies coming in. Hold on a moment. I asked Archangel Michael to place a dome of protection over this time and space, over the computer and me, so I can get this message out. Let's clear away any negative energies or entities that might be interfering. So it is. Wow, that was good. It's brighter too. Interesting. So, guess no one wants me to share this with you. I feel like it's because it's really important. Every time, some of his old stuff is there, right? His old patterns, because he's still trying to break free from all that. But what's happening is I notice every time we speak, he's progressed and his energy is different. So what that means is that he is progressing, and underneath everything that I'm seeing on the surface, he's moving forward. And so too are all the divine masculine. I take what's happening with my beloved to be reflective of what's happening to everyone on the planet. I've been saying for months now that their inner child is kicking up like crazy, which means old patterns, old behaviors from their childhood are surfacing with the people in their life currently, whether it's you or a karmic relationship or family. All that stuff is there. It's on the surface and it's waiting to be cleared and moved. And they're doing the best they can to do that. They're not actually allowing their guides and our guides, if you will, they're not allowing these beautiful divine masculine energies or any of the twin flames, really not allowing any of us to really shut an eye, close our eye to it and run away or distract. Yes, you might be choosing distraction. Yes, your beloved might be choosing distraction, but it's not working. And what I mean by that is they're so busy dealing with the competing energies coming at them, which means their life that's happening in this realm, but the other realms too. So much is going on underneath the surface. And I had mentioned last video that my guides had said they will be magnetized to us. Like they're being magnetized to their journey, which means we're their journey. You know, we're part of that journey. So they're coming to us. And I'm trying to remember if the stuff I'm sharing with you is actually from the previous video or from the Twinflame group meditation I did. It was a really powerful meditation. It's about running and clearing energies. So if you're interested, I'm going to put that link inside below in this video. And I'm also going to put a link for the next one. The next Twinflame group meditation will be February 18th. It's a Sunday, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know it's not convenient for everybody around the world, but I hope that whoever can join me will. I usually give a bunch of information, like a channel at the beginning, and then we do a meditation together. And I never know exactly where we're going, where Spirit's going to take me. I just trust that we're going to guide into where we need to go. And it usually is based on the group. So whoever joins in, whether you're able to make it on that call or not, or you signed up for it, but you're going to get the recording later, it's almost like I take into consideration, along with my guides, we take into consideration everybody who's there and what's most needed at this time. So if you're interested in that one, it was really powerful, some really good information that actually I feel like would be really beneficial to many. So if you are interested, it's in the link below. I don't charge a lot because I want it to be feasible for everyone to join. Anybody who wants to, I don't want to have a reason that you can't. So the price is $11.11. That's for the recorded meditation. And then if you want to do the new one, you'll see the link below for that too. So just pay attention for those. And I apologize for getting off tangent, but I never remember to tell all of you this. So my guides are like, make sure you tell them. Because I don't remember with what I shared with you if that was actually due to the meditation or in the video prior. Anyway, the message was about bringing them, getting magnetized to their journey. So they're being pulled by a magnet to their journey. And ultimately, you are their journey. Being the twin flame, we're their journey. Because the journey is a twin flame journey. But in order to get to that journey, they're getting pulled to what they need to do next, what the next steps are for them. And I'm hearing the words in my head right now, and I hate giving the following words. Be patient. I've heard this forever, at least that's what I feel like, but I'm hearing that really clearly. Be patient and trust that you are being led where you need to go. Let your focus be you. I know I say this over and over again. My guides always say this over and over again. And there's a lot of you that's like, oh my God, it's always my focus. I always focus on me. I'm healing me. But here's the thing I want to say is that yes, you may be focusing on you, but in the back of your mind, you're always focusing on your twin and what they need and where they're at and what they're doing and what they're not doing, you know. Focus on the fact that you are moving forward, that you're busy, that you have things that are going on. And if you don't, then it's time to get on your path. They're really saying to be patient. The way that you make it through being patient isn't to sit there at home and be like, okay, I'm patiently waiting for my beloved to arrive. I'm patiently waiting for him to figure it out. I'm waiting for her to jump on the bandwagon. That's not being patient. That's being focused on their energy and on their needs. But what we need to do is focus on our energy and our needs, because we're in the higher frequency typically. And I say typically because there are divine masculines that are in high frequency, but the divine feminine typically is the more awakened one. There has been this influx of divine feminine light on the planet for many years now. And because of that, the divine feminine has been much more awakened to their path. We've gone through hell. We've gone through like crazy crap to get to this great space that we're in. I laugh when I say that, because you have to understand, when I'm recording a video to you, the words that come out of my mouth are sometimes mine, but a lot of times they're my guides or my higher self just speaking through me, and I allow the words to flow. So I can never duplicate what I'm recording, and I never could duplicate what I say. It's just because it's spirit moving through me. So on this wonderful place that we're in, and if there's some of us that are like, yes, we're in a great space. Things are moving forward. I feel like this flow happening. And then there's some of us that are like, what the hell are you talking about? I'm in crap right now. I'm in this ick. But it's actually a wonderful space, because if you're in the ick, that means you're being forced to like shed the old crap, right? Which means your twin is being forced to shed the old crap. And if you're in this great space, that means you're in this high vibration that you are actually assisting your twin without realizing. You don't have to be in the crap with them. But what you're doing is, by being in this great space, your energy going over towards your twin or being reflected to your twin is actually light and love. It's a balanced energy. So it makes it more possible for them to work through what they're working through with extra support from you, not realizing that you're the one supporting them, because of course they don't really get that totally yet. And maybe they do. Maybe they do. You know, for years I've been saying my guide has my twin has these moments of clarity. I have to say his moments of clarity are growing. They're not moments anymore. I'm so proud of him, and I hope on some level he's hearing me, because I know he hears everything I say. But I want him to know, like, from the deepest place of me, that I love him and I'm really proud of the work he's doing. And I know he doesn't feel that way about himself, but I do. I feel strongly. And we are so good to say what our twins don't do. And we're so good about saying what they're not doing and how come they're not here, and looking at the negatives, if you will. I really want to bring you into the energy of focusing on the positives, bringing in the beauty of it. Like, and there's times I want to say, oh, my twin, what the hell, you know? But the truth is, he's doing his work, and I am so proud of him. I'm so proud of, like, the journey he's on, because it's really hard. It's very difficult, and I know that. And I'm speaking specifically about my twin, but you know what I'm talking about when I say about your twin. Now, on the surface, you might be like, oh, he's an ass, or he's doing this, or he's like, well, he's still in a karmic relationship. He's with this person. But here's the thing. He may be, or she may be, but the thing is, underneath it all, there's a lot of turmoil inside of them, you know. And I had a really good glimpse. So last weekend I had to go away with family. I haven't done this in years. I mean, the last time it was my mother, father, and me and my brother. One brother wasn't there, but he wasn't there back then. But the last time the four of us were in a vehicle together, I was 15. Yes, that's a very long time ago. That's like 30 years ago. Oh my God, probably longer. Well, yeah, about 30 years ago. So we've not been in that situation in a long time. And my brother carries off this surface of, like, everything's great in his life and he's so wonderful. But he was the angriest person I've ever seen. And it made me very sad to see that and experience that with him. And it's not like he's consciously angry and, like, directing it towards anybody, but just on how he carries himself and the tensity within him. And driving, like, he was driving and he was, like, angry at all these cars, and he blamed them all for, like, his, you know, making mistakes with his vehicle, you know, if he turned the wrong way or parked the wrong way or something. And I was like, whoa, you know, as much as my life feels like ick at times, and, like, I'm going through the back and neck stuff still, and dealing with all that, I feel like, whoa, at least I'm happy for the most part. I mean, yeah, I have my moments of sadness, the moments of frustration, moments of, like, emotions, but that's normal because we're human. You know, we're going to feel. But I actually recognize within me that where I am on my journey, and I'm so grateful for that. And it makes me love me a little bit more and honor me a little bit more for all the things that I've been through. You know, it's very powerful to see that and to recognize how far you've come. And a lot of us don't do that. So when you get down in the dumps, recognize for yourself how far you've come. And if you start to get down on your twin, recognize your journey, where you came from and what your experience was, and recognize he, she are going through it right now. They're in the same place you were when you were first awakening, which could have been 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20 years ago. Recognize that they're going through that same thing. Yes, you've been waiting for them, but as my guides say, be patient. But being patient does not mean sitting home still, waiting and holding on and never living your life and not enjoying yourself. It actually means be patient and recognize that they're where they are, they're coming, and they're on their way. It's just a matter of time. But it's a matter of you just being who you are in every given moment and just enjoying your life. Not sitting home waiting and pining for your beloved, because that's not going to get you happy. That's not going to give you joy. That's going to give you sadness, longing, and loneliness. And that is what a lot of us twin flames have always known, right? So all the beautiful movies that I've watched throughout my lifetime that are about love stories that I know are, like, twin flame based, and I could tell you, like, a handful off the top of my head. But rather than go there and tell you the names of the movies, because you all have your own, I'm sure. When you think about it, those are always like unrequited love, where it never got to be finished or never got to come together. So when we're in that sad and lonely, that's what we reflect on as in some ways, our role model as a twin flame. It's not really for us to be this, like, amazing, happy, oh my God, it's going to come together and it's going to be wonderful. It's very far and few between that we have happily ever afters in real divine love that we've seen portrayed in the film industry. Yes, there's the goofy, you know, Hallmark Channel or Lifetime Channel movies where there's happy endings, but they're all kind of, it's so fake looking that we all know it's, like, ridiculous. Like, it just doesn't. They even made, like, a little comedy video about that I watched a few weeks back, and I thought, oh, that's so perfect. But really, we are, in a lot of ways, our role models were those movies where it never happened. It never came together, and it would tug at our heart. I don't know about you, but I remember I was a teenager at one point watching a movie, and I literally felt my guts wrenching out of me. I was just like all turned inside out, like in pain. And I couldn't believe, like, oh my God, this is my life, and this is going to be my future. And so in some ways, we've held on to that, and we need to let go of those old paradigm belief systems and those, you know, those programs. And I would call them, I would even consider calling them implants, because there's something that's been implanted into us by society, and it's been really programmed and pummeled in. And if we can just undo that and recognize there's possibility, that's amazing. But when we're staying home in our patience and pining away, we're actually allowing all that crap to come up to make us long. And that doesn't keep us in high vibration. It keeps us lower vibration. It keeps us in this emotion. And I'm not saying you can't feel. I'm not saying you're not supposed to feel, because believe me, you have to feel. I feel all the time. You can ask any of my friends who talk to me that I'm like in waves of emotions, different times of my life and different experiences. Like I could be high as a kite, and I could be sad as like ready to jump off a bridge. But I'm in all the emotions in between, angry, whatever words you want to use. Anyway, that is that's like really important to remember, because we want to stay high vibration. And so just enjoy your life. Pour your love into something you want to do. Get on your union. Get on your mission. Not even union, I'm sorry. Get on your mission so that you can get into union. If you don't know what your mission is, that's totally fine and understandable. That's why there's people like me and other people who do healings and do clearings and do sessions with people to help you find your mission, to help you fine tune where you're supposed to be. That's our job as assistants here and as facilitators. Our job is to serve humanity. So my job is to help you in any way that I can. And so I offer these videos because I want to provide any kind of comfort, love, and support I can for those of you who can't afford to do a session. But another thing I want to throw out there is those of you who can't afford to do a session, most of you know, if you don't already know, is that I will work with you. We'll find a way to make it happen. And it obviously needs to be reasonable for both of us, but I will help you if that's something that you're interested in. I don't like turning people away for work, especially if they're ready and they want to do the work. So please, recognize that and remember that, that I'm here for you. That is my job. So one part of my mission is to be of service to all of you. And honestly, my awakening for the Twin Flame mission of helping other Twin Flames, it came before I started doing it, because I didn't feel secure enough in doing it. I do now, and that's why I want to do it. And I had to grow on my own in my journey and my experiences with my Twin Flame in order for me to know how I can best be of service. So that's one part of it. But the other part is to be political. Both my beloved and I need to go into that energy and work on that. Background, didn't know. I thought, wow, I went to school for government and political science. I don't really know. Like, obviously, I'm not using it anymore. Years later, I'm not using it. And all of a sudden, I'm using it again. And now I realize it's coming from a higher perspective. And I need to do it from that different space. And do it for something I believe in and I love. Not for someone else, but for me and what my journey means to me. And what I want to see this world to be. Because I know that my job is to bring divine love. That is the first and foremost of all of our missions as Twin Flames. Bringing divine love, anchoring it here on this planet so everyone has access to it. And it means that out of that, other things will spin and create. And so part of our job will be to create the new world in terms of government or not. Okay, so I'm rambling a lot, and I'm going to stop because we're at about 18 minutes now. And I did pull 3 cards before I turned on the camera, and I would like to share those with you because I haven't done cards in a while. And I don't know, I just feel like it's time to just be where we need to be. And I'm sure I'm going to have more to say, because I always have more to say. I always ramble, but I don't want to make it too long because I find that I ramble a lot. Okay, so 3 cards. I pulled one representing Divine Masculine, one representing Divine Feminine. Oh my gosh, I like these. And one representing Divine, the Divine Union. So let's start with Divine Masculine first. So the card that I found, I pulled for the Divine Masculine is 8 of Wands. Wow, look at that. Hopefully you can see it and there's not too much of a glare. If you see, there's all these beautiful fairies. They're all fairies, but they're all these beautiful beings of light, and they're lighting a wand with fire. Now, either they're starting the fire with the wand, or they're getting their own flame lit. So what I want to tell you, what's really interesting to me is if you look at this card, over here. This one's looking away. And then this one up here in the corner, let me bring it a little bit closer, is looking, checking to watch what other people are doing. And this one's kind of looking away. When I look at these, I feel these represent the divine masculine, right? So if I feel this card is representing the divine masculine, what's coming to me is that they're all on this path. They're all getting their wand lit up. So their flame is being, their flame is being sparked, or they're getting their spark lit. I don't even know the words I would use. My guys are funny. They're like, it's okay. They're like, it's all right. So basically, what I get with this one is there's some reluctantly doing that, or almost fearful going onto their path. Like, to me, this is the magnet, right? So they're kind of like, let me just, all right, I know I need to do this. I'm scared to look. I'm scared to look. I'm scared to look. Meanwhile, there's others in the divine masculine that are like, wow, they're all doing it. Maybe I need to do it too. Wow, they're all going forward. I guess I'm supposed to. So I feel like that's what's happening with the divine masculine. Like, it's kind of like a domino effect in some ways. Like, years ago, my guys said to me, they showed me this map where different parts of the planet were just like lit up. And I was like, and at first I didn't know it was a map of the planet. And I had said, wow, is that the stars? It's so beautiful. Look at all that light. And they said, no, dear one, that's the map of the earth. And that's where all the twin flames are. And that's where the unions are going to take place. And you're going to see light just spring up out of nowhere. And I thought, wow, that's amazing. And they said, once one starts, the next one, the next one, the next one, nothing will hold it back. There's like this flood of energy, of light, that will open up the planet. And that's what they showed me. And I was like, wow, that's incredible. And this card reminds me of that. I don't know, the image came into my mind. It reminded me of what happened back then in my vision. And so this, to me, is like all the divine masculine are starting to get on board. Like, they know that it's their time. And they also know that we're running out of time in a lot of ways. And when I say running out of time on an earth level, human level, there's a lot that needs to be done in a short period of time. And so they're getting kind of nudged, kicked. Let's imagine kicked, pushed, pulled, prodded along their path to do what's next for them. That's amazing. That's divine masculine energy. Now let's look at the divine feminine. Okay, this card, I love this card too. It's Two of Hearts. I'm going to turn it around in just a moment. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to say to you what this card is. Now, a lot of you who've had readings with me, you might be like, well, I didn't have that in my reading. Because the cards, I'm not reading the card like the card is supposed to be read. I don't have a tarot background. I'm reading through my soul. So whatever comes to me when I'm reading the card is what it is. So this represents divine feminine energy. And if you can see, there's a divine feminine here. And you see this rainbow light going between the two. And you see these two dolphins. It's like they're jumping over. I feel like this reflects the divine feminine holding her power and wielding her power forward. Basically sending to her divine masculine love. Sending this massive love and an awakening energy to her beloved. And by being who she truly is, being in her power is creating this beautiful energy going over. And it's not like she's doing any work. You can see she's just kind of sitting there holding her heart open with these wings and just allowing the love to pour from her. And you can look at it as an exchange between the two, but I actually feel from looking at it this time, in a moment I'll show you, is the divine feminine is actually sending and navigating the energy between the two. So I really like this card. It's amazing. So the final card represents the divine union energy. And I love this card. It's the fairy godmother. I'm going to turn this over in just a moment. Let me just pull in the energies of whatever needs to come. Okay, fairy godmother. This is so easy to me of what it means. So this is like, when you think of the fairy godmother, the words are your wishes. No, that's actually, that's the genie. Your wish is my command. But in some ways, the fairy godmother says, what do you need? And then she like does her thing and she creates stuff for Cinderella. You know, she created the carriage and she created the horses, all that stuff, and the dress and everything. To me, this is your guides. This is your, and not just your guides. My guides are saying it's your oversoul. Your oversoul is navigating this union. You are completely in alignment right now. And I want to tell you, everybody who's a twin flame is in alignment right now. It might not feel like it. It might not look at it on a human level. But alignment doesn't mean that, so the alignment means that you're aligned on your path to go forward into union, okay? Alignment does not mean that it's tomorrow, next day, next year, or next week. It doesn't mean any timeline, okay? There's no, you have to remember, in spirit, there is no such thing as time. So there is no 1 month, 1 week, 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 6 days. He'll get it in 7 days, or she'll get it in 10. You know, it's not that way. You're in alignment, which means your oversoul is working to put you in alignment. If you actually think of the story of Cinderella, it was like all the circumstances were being taken care of by someone other than Cinderella and the prince, right? So the godmother, the fairy godmother, came from this higher source, if you will, and created the circumstances for them to meet, created the glass slippers for them to find. Like, it's this amazing little thing where really they did nothing. They just were. They were just being. And that's what I feel like this card really represents and means for the divine twin flame couple now, is that we're literally being moved into alignment, and we're in that space, and we're here to allow what needs to happen. And I know you're probably like, well, you always say there's work to do, like clearing, healing, all that stuff. Being in divine and perfect alignment doesn't mean that you stop growing, that you stop evolving, and then you stop, that you feel like you're done. Because if we're done, we wouldn't be here. If we were really done on this human level in this school that we call Earth, we wouldn't still be here. We would move on to the next space. But we're here, and we're here to still work on us and make sure that every barrier we have to love is gone. Every barrier we have to abundance is gone. Every barrier we have to, like, leaving our home and being abundant and being prosperous and being successful, or just moving geographically, or letting go of fears. That's what we're here to be. We're here to be limitless and boundless. And it's quite an impressive thing to feel that way. And there's days that I truly feel limitless and boundless. And there's days that I feel like, holy crap, I'm stuck and the world is crashing in. Yes, some of it is my twin, but not all of it. Some of it's me. So all of that stuff is what needs to be cleared and healed. So when I say healing, clearing, that's what I'm referring to. So what I'm going to have you do right now, just we have like a couple minutes. I actually have a reading to do shortly, so I need to get off this and stop talking. But what I'd like you to do is just close your eyes for a moment and just feel into your heart center. Just go in there and feel it as if it's a limitless space. Feel like there's no boundaries. Just close your eyes and feel into that, and let's bring in some energies. I'm going to ask my guides to come in. They're actually going to channel a brief light language blessing, so let yourself receive it as best as you can. You can place your palms up if you can, and just breathe into your heart and pull your shoulders back, almost like opening up your chest and expanding yourself wider at your chest, your heart chakra. And let's bring this energy of being limitless and boundless into your heart. And then take a deep breath in. Exhale any sound that you wish. Just allow that energy to move through you, and let that boundless and limitless space in your heart expand through your whole being with love. Just feel that inside of you. Anyway, I have to go because I have a reading, and that person will not be happy if I'm late. So I send you so much love. Namaste, beloveds. Blessed to you and to your twin flame, and trust in this journey. You are exactly where you're meant to be, and you're getting it, and you're in divine alignment on your path.